morning, everyone!
Hello and hello. We're almost at the end, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. It's the last Friday of November. Woo! Let's make it unforgettable with a whole lot of laughter, good vibes, and big energy.
Yay! Happy Friday! I'm Monique Tuzon. Join us in the next hour for stories that are more fun and conversations that matter. Finally, guys, it's Friday. You guys should have seen our studio before we got on cam. Everybody was so excited and everybody was dancing, except for Paolo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I saw the dancing and I said, this is not for me in the morning. But
Too early for dancing?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
No, as in, pagbaba ko kanina and I saw the monitors showing the studio and all the lights and all of the dancing. Sabi ko kay Direk, I'll see you later.
We became Club BNC.
So fun!
It's a
Because
Christmas spirit.
they were seeing us dancing and then they played Apatu. So everybody was like, Apatu,
Yeah,
Apatu.
and because we don't have the rights to it, we can't play it.
We can't.
Buti na lang. But of course, we have a lot to talk about today. Again, last Friday of November, as you guys mentioned. And let's try and figure out if we have Friday traffic here today.
Yeah, let's check out the roads this rush hour. Let's check on the situation along EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens is the southbound lane going to Shaw Boulevard. On the right side of your screens are vehicles headed to Cubao. If you're headed northbound, no problem at this time, but on the left side, we're beginning to see moderate traffic on that lane. Here's a look at the situation this time along the northbound lane of EDSA Taft Avenue. Wow. Left and center aisles are the vehicles headed to Makati. On the right side of your screens are vehicles going to Pasay. So on the right side, still a good time to drive, but on that left side, you're gonna step on the brakes as things are starting to get congested on that lane. Now, a reminder to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in place. It's a Friday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 9 and 0, right? Yeah, 9 and 0 should be off the road until now, until 10 a.m., and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Now, from the roads to the skies, let's check on the weather for today. Pag-asa says the prevailing weather systems and conditions are the shear line where the eastern sections of central and southern Luzon can expect some cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. There's also that ITCZ, or the Intertropical Convergence Zone, which may bring rains across the Visayas and Mindanao. The Amihan, or the northeast monsoon, will also is prevailing over most parts of Luzon, including Metro Manila. We can expect generally fair weather conditions with cloudy skies, but do watch out for possible rains later on today. Tune into Weather HQ later on at 9 a.m. where we bring you updates whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now on to some serious business. The Committee on Good Government postpones its hearing on Office of the Vice President's confidential funds today. That's to give way to National Bureau of Investigation's probe on VP Sara Duterte's death threats to the first couple and the House Speaker. VP Sara had previously requested to reschedule her subpoena to focus on the House hearing.
Naniniwala po kami, ito pong issue sa NBI ay napakahalaga at ito po it concerns national security. Kaya kami po ay nagdesisyon na i-postpone po muna ang committee hearing for tomorrow.
At least hindi na magagamit yung committee na palusot dahil alam po namin na mas mabigat po yung kailangan harapin sa NBI. So, ingat po.
Until such time na makapag-file ang komite ng committee report sa plenaryo, dire-diretso pa rin yung trabaho ng komite regarding sa confidential fund issue ng Office of the Vice President.
Meanwhile, the Justice Department Undersecretary Jessie Andres says VP Sara could possibly face an arrest warrant if she continues to disregard NBI's subpoena. But speaking on BNC's On Point, Andres says he ordered NBI to give the VP some flexibility as not to exacerbate the situation.
VP Sara admits politicians are now slow to seek her endorsement for the 2025 elections. But the VP says she understands why candidates would choose to steer away from her for now.
Sa tingin ko naman, parang wala din sigurong magkaka-interes na hanapin ako or i-request ako dahil lahat ngayon ang term na ginamit ng isang politiko, benga, grabe, bumenga. I know it's an LGBT term. No? It's an LGBT term. Grabe, bumenga yung administrasyon. So walang gusto na makita or malaman na kaibigan ko sila or kakampis ko sila or supporters nila ako.
Duterte adds she was also told not to intervene in politics in Davao.
As of the moment, I am committed to Davao City only. But apparently, doon sa Davao City, sinasabihan nila ako, wag na lang daw ako sumali doon. I have my own problems.
More than 100 Duterte supporters stayed along EDSA on the third day of their protest on Thursday. Many of whom are vloggers actively defending the Duterte family on social media. They pleaded to peacefully organize at EDSA Shrine to no avail. They also clarified they are not paid supporters. This after the NBI uncovered a video showing a supposed list of payments made to supporters to mobilize a rally.
As the Duterte-Marcos feud catches more steam, economists assure that the Philippine economy remains unaffected. NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan says it's business as usual for them and that the agency is focused on executing the administration's development plan. President Marcos met with his economic managers on Thursday to talk infrastructure and food security. Balisacan also says the economy is running well recently, but persistence is needed. One indication, according to him, is the country's credit rating outlook upgrade from the S&P Global Ratings, which will attract foreign investments.
Moving on to sports, Christian Sanhardinger stuns the local basketball scene by announcing his retirement. Multiple reports say the Filipino-German big man informed the Telefirma Jeep management of his decision and chose not to complete his contract. The PBA Commissioner's Office will now handle the case. Sanhardinger is a four-time PBA champion, a two-time Best Player of the Conference, and a one-time Finals MVP. He was sidelined for most of the Governor's Cup due to a knee injury. And in college hoops, LaSalle main man Kevin Kiambao is set to win a back-to-back MVP awards in the UAAP. The King Archer is leading the MVP race with 81.357 statistical points. Trailing behind KQ in the top three are his LaSalle teammates Mike Phillips and UP's JD Kagulangan. But first, Kevin Kiambao and the De La Salle Green Archers will face the Adamson Soaring Falcons as a top seed in their Final Four game this Saturday, November 30.
Now into entertainment. Swifties, get your wallets ready for this latest release by Taylor Swift. The global pop superstar is rolling out the official Eras Tour book in the US just in time for Black Friday. It contains never-before-seen photos from her mega tour, along with some personal reflections. The book is exclusive to US retail firm Target for around $40 or a little over 2,300 pesos. A heads up though, the book is expected to sell out quickly. The Eras Tour is the highest grossing tour of all time, which earned $1 billion. And Ed Sheeran has an early Christmas present for Cheerios everywhere. The Irish pop superstar dropped a new music video for his Christmas ballad called Under the Christmas Tree. Or under the tree. Wala palang Christmas tree. Under the tree lang. The song is written for the upcoming Netflix film That Christmas, featuring Bridgerton star Claudio Jesse Payton.
The Bonifacio Global City in Taguig proves it is a top central business and a lifestyle destination, not only in the Philippines, but also worldwide. The commercial estate services firm Cushman & Wakefield says BGC remains at the 43rd spot in the world's most expensive retail streets. The retail rent there went up by 3%, which is worth nearly 3,000 pesos per square foot each year. Meanwhile, Milan and Italy replaced New York City as the top most expensive retail street in the world. Now, I don't live on the most expensive street, but I do live in the wealthiest city in the Philippines, Quezon City.
Wow, congrats, girl. It's like, okay, look at Paolo's face.
I don't know the stats.
Quezon
I
City.
don't know.
No.
I can't say anything. Hindi ko alam kung anong stats kung saan po yung Muntinlupa o yung Taguig, the places that I stay
But
in.
that was according to the list that was released last year. So Quezon City, Makati, and then Manila. And then the wealthiest province is Cebu. So I live in the wealthiest.
I love it.
Very
What-
Bilyonaryo.
What do you guys call it? The Quezon Citizens? What do you guys call?
Oh, Q citizens.
Q citizens, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
Q citizens. And
I'm a
then,
Q citizen. Oh, I also live in the
Yes!
wealthiest.
Yay! High
Okay,
five!
sorry, Pao. pang Bilyonaryo kami. I don't know what you...
Di bale, konyo ka naman
I
eh.
host events for QC. Anyway.
That's your konyo anyway.
No, but of course, syempre, we're also talking a lot about BGC being one of those elite places around the world. I mean, like,
Yes.
if you go around there, it is very much a global city. The amount
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
foreign presence there, the
Yes.
amount of expats who stay there as well. It kind of makes sense that in terms of cost, it is
Yeah.
expensive there.
Yes.
So again, let's see how that rises in the next few years, months, and of course, properties there as well, how much they would be affected. I mean, like Tesla just opened in that
know.
area.
It's gonna skyrocket.
We should
I bet.
invest in
Yeah.
BGC now. I need
I
to buy a
know.
property
Ano kung
ASAP.
Quezon City kayo? All right, let's move on.
Well, don't go away because we finally have a dog back on the show, so you don't want to miss this. Not only is he a good boy, he is the best dog. Meet champion dog Lupin and his master, William Thio, after the break. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Chaos at an airport in Paris as authorities tried to catch a loose dog. Since the dog slipped out her carriage, an intense search has turned France's biggest airport into an action movie set. The search may or may have involved several search parties, deployed drone, and closed runways. After 9 days of extensive and anxious search, the owner finally reunited with Amelka the dog. That's so cute. Who let the dog out? Who?
Sorry. Look at Sorry, we had to do that.
We had to.
We've been waiting
The
for
dog
this
was-
moment.
Yeah.
We're so in sync today. I love
know.
it. Sorry na lang, Pao.
What is happening today? Buti na lang. Buti na lang. We actually have a dog on the show.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Exactly.
get excited. They may have let the dogs out in Paris, but we've also got one here today on the show. Our guest today and his fur baby have won competitions in countries like Thailand, Vietnam, South Korea, and here at home as well. So what we want to know is, how do you raise a champion dog? Let's find out. To tell us more, live with us right now is William Thio. It's a beautiful day, William.
Yes, good morning, guys, and thank you for having me. It's been a while since he's guested, so it's an honor.
What a
Perfect.
good baby.
No, thanks for being here again. It's an honor having you here first and foremost, and of course, Mr. Lupin as well. We have so many questions that unfortunately you have to answer for.
Sure.
Yes,
As best as I
are you
can.
ready, Will?
Sure, of
So,
course.
for our viewers, you may know him. He's an artista. He's also a news anchor, TV host.
We're
He
talking
won-
about William, right?
We're talking about
Yes,
William.
William,
Look
not
at the dog.
Lupin. Turn to si Lupin, yeah.
What else? You also do contractor. He
Yeah.
wears many hats, but today he's a dog champion owner. So can you tell us about your journey from how you switched to all those and decided to delve into the world of dog owner, winner, I don't know what you would call
Actually,
it.
It was the very first thing. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been interested. And it's like, since I remember, it was anything alive, anything moving. So in the beginning, it was just about having a pet dog, which my parents were not really into because they think dogs are going to ruin your furniture and all of that. So it was always in secret. Until finally, when I think I was about 8th grade. And then I started getting interested in competition, so I used to watch. And I started with boxers, actually. That was my first breed of choice. But then after going to college, and then there's not enough room to exercise the dogs, and you're living in a small space, it was my architect who gave me my first pom. I was very successful with that. So we bred more than 30 champions all over the world and many Best in Show winners. So that's how it really started.
William, what inspired you to choose this breed, Pomeranians, as your breed of choice? But before anything else, I'm so distracted with Lupin's cute face.
Yes.
It
Take him
feels
first.
like he knows what's going on.
And we have now lost Mo for the rest of the
But yeah,
show.
why Pomeranians?
Well, it was given to me by my architect when I was starting as a contractor, as like a baby contractor at the time. And my first dog, Flipper, he won so many awards.
Okay.
So, and then on my first breeding, we were able to produce a very nice litter of 2, and so that was history already.
We're now showing a bit of your success here, of course, Mr. Lupin, getting the award there again, Best in Show in multiple competitions. But when you look at the Pomeranian, it's again for me. I asked you a while ago. Do small breeds typically do this well? And of
Yes.
course, you said that it came as a matter of necessity because of the small space that you had.
Yeah, that was the first, and then I stuck to it because it's easier to like travel with the small dogs, and it's a lot simpler, and the grooming is easier because if you have a big dog, you need a big car, and I think also when you travel, when you show, it's like paying for somebody else's big ticket.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny right now because at this point, you talk about the grooming, the hairstyle is much, arguably, Mo has competition. But,
I don't think I have competition. I think Lupin looks amazing.
Yeah, Lupin wins this one.
but how long does it take to train a dog for competition?
You have to start very young. So we start on the table, on stackers, and because since when you're showing a dog, the judges have to be able to go through them and open their mouth and whatever. So you have to have a good temperament because in Tagalog, hindi pwedeng mangilala yung aso. So it has to like love everybody type thing and adjust to everyone. He's actually a little bit nervous, and that was
he
our
is? Hindi halata, ah.
Yeah, that was one of my big challenges when I was showing him as a puppy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you mentioned that this is not your first rodeo, obviously. You've had multiple winners. When do you know that a pup is going to be a championship caliber?
About 6 to 8 months.
Really?
All puppies are cute. So I think as they go along, you'll know their personality. Then you'll see how their teeth develop because teeth is very important. They have to have like 6 by 6. So 6 incisors in between the canines. And it has, for Pomeranian, it has to be scissors. So if it goes undershot, you're not going to get anywhere no matter how nice your dog is.
That's so specific.
Yeah.
The ears have to be at, let's say if you're on a clock, it's at the 11 and 1. 10 and 2 is a big difference because it's supposed to have a fox-like expression. So if you have like the Chihuahua ears, it's not going to work.
A lot of it is very almost measurement based.
Yes.
When you look at the criteria for judging, but you mentioned the temperament as well.
Yeah.
The training involved.
Has
How
to
is
have-
that like? How is that different from, I guess, practical dog training?
Well, conformation shows is because each breed has a standard and was bred for a specific purpose. So I think you have to breed for that purpose more than anything else. So for Pomeranian, you have to move like with a strong reach and drive because they are a small version of a sled dog. So that function cannot be lost. So if you have a dog that moves with small steps or let's say stepping up high and can't cover the ground, then you lose that sense of form that it was originally bred for. So if you're a judge, it's gonna be a big difference. Like when I started judging, my first big show was in Australia. And I started judging in Australia. That's when I actually was able to see the different trends because dogs are different, the weather is different and stuff. So you have to like be a little bit more flexible with the standard. I've noticed with Pomeranians, the teeth is quite a problem in general.
So William, you've won a lot of awards already. I mean, your dogs have won a lot of awards. How do you celebrate their victories?
Well, pretty much, I really don't. I mean,
You don't?
no,
Wala cake or ano?
no,
You know those
it's
dog
Don't
more.
cakes?
reward them at all. I know. I would give them all the cakes in the world.
No treats?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I don't-
medyo,
I don't
but
think
hindi
she's
masyadong.
Parang pag ano yata, pag professional, you know,
Right.
Yeah, it
performance
becomes more like
dogs.
an athlete because
Okay.
you also have to keep that weight where if you see they're winning on a certain weight, on a certain pattern of the coat trimming, then we try to just like replicate and
Yeah. Now we've officially lost Paolo, so I will take over. Oh
No,
my God.
But
Love
since you
at first
mentioned,
sight.
since you mentioned they have to maintain a specific weight, let's talk about their diet. Is there a specific diet that they need to follow?
Well, yes. Number one, you need hard kibble because hard kibble keeps the teeth clean. If you feed soft food, towards the end of their life, they're gonna have like periodontal problems and stuff like that. So as much as possible, keep the kibble dry.
Okay.
When you're a puppy, when the dog is a puppy, they can have higher, protein can be higher because they're growing. But as you get older, like he's already getting up there in his age, he's gonna be 4 soon. So you have to control the protein content because of the kidney. So it's just like a person.
Okay. Well, I'll ask you one last question just for this block because we're going to talk more later. How expensive is it to upkeep our baby Lupin or just any champion dogs? Because you mentioned like their teeth have to be in a specific size, their diet. So how expensive is it typically?
Well, typically a small dog isn't really expensive to keep because
Okay.
the food is it's just time consuming. So it's a lot of time. If you notice his feet, they're like cat feet. So you can't really have any nails. So when they're young, which is kind of hard, you have to start cutting really, really close. So it bleeds first until you lose the quick already. And then no matter how short you go, it's not going to bleed anymore. So it's about understanding. Well, luckily, because we've been doing pretty well, so I'm sponsored by Nature's Protection. So most of their dog food is already sponsored and some of their flights for the important shows.
Exciting. Well, don't go away, Will, because we have more questions for you and Lupin. We'll hear from you later after the break. Don't go anywhere. Our conversation with champion dog owner William Thio and his fur baby Lupin will continue after a quick break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
It has no authorization.
We hope and pray that it will not rise.
Thanks for having me here.
An orchestrated
By myself, basically.
We always say that.
It depends.
A well-concerted effort.
Perhaps I can reiterate. My greatest beefsteak. Iba pa tayo.
At BNC, 12 noon doesn't mean break. But breaking news, biggest stories, and latest updates.
The International Monetary Fund urges countries to implement fiscal tightening policy. Authorities raided a Pogo hub just hundreds of meters away from the Senate building.
Mai Rodriguez, Newsfeed at noon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
This is Pinky Webb, and it's a great opportunity.
Pinky Webb,
Ang inyong lingkod si Corina Sanchez Rojas.
Corina Sanchez,
As they uphold their mission is to be proud
dalawang
of what we
mamamahayag
do in
na
our
subok
lives.
sa
Ito ako
tapang
ay
at
had
talino.
the chance to talk with all of you. Maraming salamat.
Pagsasamahin ng isa. Agenda. Mondays to Fridays, 6 p.m. Only on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Get the latest on the economy and the financial markets.
We got a really big push during the pandemic, but since then, how has it been? Now, fundamentally, and given the anticipated rate cuts, where do you see the PSE index headed if either Trump or Harris win?
Down to each basis point.
12.75 billion peso deal to modernize the Lagundingan International Airport, a move that's expected to boost Mindanao's economy.
Basis Points with Mikey Orel. Weekdays, 9:30 a.m. on BNC.
And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Cute but Beautiful Day.
Oh, it's a beautiful day, Mo. That's the name of our show.
Well, I'm changing it. We're still hanging out with champion dog baby Lupin and his owner, William Thio. So I have a couple more questions. I think we all do. But I just want to ask, what is your most memorable moment with Lupin during a competition?
Oh, actually, to be honest, I don't have one because he came at a time where I was really busy, so I never really got to see any of his dog shows except the ones in Manila. Sometimes it'll be fed and then I'd see the videos, but the Taiwan one, I wasn't really able to. Yeah.
How about your other champion dogs?
The other ones, when I was younger, my best dog, Pierce, at the time, I think it was 2007, that one I was able to go through everything almost, even when he made it as the country's representative to the Yukonuba World Challenge in Long Beach, California. I was able to get up to that, but he was only probably that one dog, so it was one special dog.
Was there a time when you know they surprised you with a new trick or something? Because I know you train every move that they make, every trick they make, right? But meron bang time na like when they were there na they did something and you were so surprised?
Yes, but it was more on the disappointment because he was already put in the front of the line, so he was already gonna win, and then he stopped in the middle of the ring. I don't know whether it was the travel. I wasn't so sure, but he stopped. He was given another chance at the front, and then put on second, and that was I was like praying and saying, please, if you do this, I'll never ask you to do anything else again for the rest of your life. You'd be a pet.
Yeah, because obviously it's very rigid, the whole process. So any surprises are actually a bad thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but then this whole competition life, for those not familiar siguro, how long do dogs actually stay in competition before they retire and just enjoy life normally?
There's some breeds like Siberian Huskies and Alaskan Malamutes. I think their shelf life in the dog show is a lot longer, like 7 or 8 years. But for a Pomeranian, I think 2 years is already a long time.
2 years is a long time.
It's already a long time. So he was being shown from 2022 to 2023, and when he finished off as #1 Pom, we stopped him already. So he hasn't been shown the whole of 2024. So he's just our pet.
Yeah, well, she's shown here on It's a Beautiful Day, and we're really grateful that...
Yeah, he is his first appearance in a long time. Really? Last one was in PTV.
You're a natural, Lupin. So
He was still young, and he was still...
Ngayon, grizzled vet na.
How do you guys manage their nerves? Not just Lupin's, but your other champion dogs. If they get nervous before competitions, how do you manage
Actually,
that?
he's the only one. The rest are all like really exuberant. He's in pretty much in my experience, he's one of the very few ones that a little bit more docile, a little bit shaking.
So nagkakaroon sila ng stage fright.
And I think naturally his genetics is it was kind of hard to bring it out completely.
I understand.
So what do you do to calm him down?
No, he will.
He just
okay
calms down
now.
by himself.
He's okay. But
He's
it's
okay
not
now.
enough. It's not enough for like a really top competition where he really needs to focus, and sometimes he'll lose it, and it could mean the last win. Like the ear should always be up like that. So as you've noticed when you were holding him for a while, his ears, that's not a good. I mean, in the dog show, it's not a good sign.
Yeah. All right. So for those who are really curious, we all are right here. Could we use Lupin as a bit of a model and show us just what is it that makes Lupin stand out compared to other Pomeranians?
I don't have his handler here. I just have my groomer, but would it be okay?
Yeah.
Ton, pwede mong pakita yung
Lupin,
movement
are you ready for your moment? Go to Tito Paolo.
Here.
All right,
here.
so we're going to
Tito tuloy.
Yeah.
we're going to have the groomer come in. So
I'm gonna
Here you
take his.
Sorry,
let's just
Lupin.
see. He's a little bit. But at least his movement is very good. So for a little dog, you can see he can actually move out very, very fast. And the patter of the legs is very important.
Yeah.
He's gonna, But he's again, still a little bit shaky because he hasn't done this in a long time.
Okay, so kailangan may practice talaga.
Yeah, kailangan may practice. So the finer things is, one of the things with Poms that's different from other breeds is their tail has to be really, really high up.
Wow.
So
I had no
really
idea.
high up here. So as you can see,
it's part of his
not,
body now.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see it wag.
Why though?
Because that's the thing. It has to be really, really flat.
That's
on
the
back.
international standard.
Yeah.
What if they start wagging it? Like,
A good one shouldn't be able to, just a little shadow.
Wait, so how do you train that?
No,
to stop
no,
wagging?
that's genetic.
It's genetic.
It's genetic. That high tail set is genetic.
Okay. So again, another part of this is that because it's such a, I guess, a rare genetic set, and it actually costs a lot. I'm sure. We were talking about the estimates of how much a world-class, best in show, championship like Pomeranian is. Just as a rough estimate, how much would a championship line pup cost?
A dog with good potential, let's say good potential, should probably cost, with a good pedigree, and you can see all of the features there already, maybe around a puppy, right?
Yeah.
6-7 months old, maybe $7,000 to $8,000. I mean, that's pretty much. But this guy, when he won in Taiwan, I mean, a couple of people offered to, sort of buy him. But then we didn't have any puppies at the time, and he already turned out to be one of a kind for this particular stage in my life. So I wanted to really use him as a foundation dog. So we didn't entertain any
But
of
what
that.
was, if you don't mind us asking, what was the highest asking price for Mr. Lupin?
$25.
$25,000?
$25,000. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
but then
Lupin.
we didn't really
Entertain it.
entertain
my
that anymore. So as you can see, like a couple of things here, his feet, they're like on tiptoes. You
Yeah.
can't see any other. You're not supposed to see the knuckle. That's also another thing that's very important.
And that's genetics too.
Yeah, that's genetics too. But then with glucosamine and chondroitin and everything, see the rear leg is like really on toast. It should be tiptoeing.
Yeah.
And
like
even
a
when moving,
ballerina.
it should still be tiptoeing.
So they're very demure, very
I
mindful
know,
when they walk.
like a ballerina dog.
Wow,
Pretty
that's
much.
incredible.
So there, his focus, he should be able to just look at his handler and just focus like that, even for a long time.
So that is...
like that.
That.
Yeah,
Look at
so
that.
those are some of the nuances siguro for Pomeranians and of course show competition dogs. So you take a look at this world that you're part of. I mentioned a while ago. At what point does it actually become an investment because it is expensive to get started, to continue doing this, and of course traveling around the world and keeping this going because the shelf life of show dogs is not long.
It's not long, especially this breed. This breed is going to lose its teeth at 5 years old.
Teeth?
Yeah, because
That's a
they're
palm thing?
small. They're small, so basically they're small, so it doesn't last.
Yeah.
I mean, it really can't hold. Like the gum can't hold it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. I mean, you can brush it forever because that's what I was thinking before. Okay, if we take care of their teeth, maybe it'll last you 9 months, a year longer.
Oh, it's okay, Lupin. We just talked to a doctor last week about veneers. We'll get you some veneers. My poor baby Lupin.
But the
Doggy
investment
dentist,
is really in the
doggy
puppies.
dentist.
In continuing your line, in trying to stamp. Like, for me, if I were going to, if I'd want something more on him, would be more neck, would be more layback, would be more of the head being able to come up here more.
Yeah.
So breeding him to a proper female with a better coat, because he does not carry the best coat. It should be thicker. It should be
Yeah,
more,
you know, this feels a bit different, right? From when you look at normal dog owners compared to the show dog owners. The bond is obviously a bit different because at one point it feels almost professional.
Yeah,
I know.
like a
William.
working relationship.
Yeah. So at what point you mentioned a while ago, which actually caught my ear, that you could actually, after their showtime, you can actually keep them as a pet.
Yeah,
right?
then you
As
can
a
just
pet.
keep them as a pet, like the way people really keep them as pets.
Does your bond change when that happens? Because again, a lot of people can get emotionally attached to their dogs, their pets. So how would you describe your bond with your show dogs and of course
With a pet?
With the pet as well?
Well, with the pets, you sort of forget everything that they've already won and what their purpose was at the beginning, and just give them a quality life, let them do pretty much what they like doing. This guy's pretty easy. I mean, he's a very he's a very happy dog. So thing is, he's more used to life as a kennel dog. So as a pet, he's more.
He's getting used to it.
Yeah, he's getting used to it.
Yeah.
He's like all over the place.
What's next for you and Lupin? Are we going to see you guys? Well, you said he's semi-retired, correct?
So he's just a pet, and hopefully his new litter will be better than him.
Okay. And you're going to put them in competitions as well?
Yeah.
So this
Probably.
is not the last for William Thio?
Maybe the last generation. I'm kind of wanting to slow down already because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You had a long
It's
ride.
been a long time. It's been 30 years.
Yeah, and well, for our viewers who want to start doing dog competitions, do you have any advice for them before we let you and Lupin go?
Well, start off with a healthy dog. I think even if you're looking for a pet, you have to start with a healthy dog because that's the most important thing. They're going to be with you for a long time. So start with a healthy dog and then continue to make them healthy. Yeah. And
I mean, like another thing that I'm really curious about is because a lot of people want to enter this dog show life, right? But then at the end of the day, sometimes they're so surprised by the culture, the cost, the investment that it takes, and both the time and emotion with regard to that. What would you say to those who are considering entering that world and competing against you?
Well, actually, you said it. You said everything too. Plus the politics. Politics is crazy. Also.
There's politics.
Like,
It never ends.
even
It's
when I was
everywhere.
starting to judge, sometimes people will message you, "Hey, it's like my dog is number one."
Oh my
So
God.
There is a
suggestive politics.
there is a
Wow, even in that world.
know.
You
There's a
can't
saying-
escape
No.
politics. It's
See,
crazy.
that's why I wanted to end on that, because considering that everything, I mean, like politics is crazy, but even in something as menial as this,
Yeah.
I know, grabe.
There is a saying that in sports, there's more politics in sports than politics itself. Is that also true in the dog show world
Yes,
sometimes?
especially if you're like friends with a judge or, well, for me, when I'm judging, let's say if there's like a hairline difference, and then you know the owner of one, as opposed like maybe 2-3%. I mean, that's acceptable because it's so small.
Yeah, it's menial.
Yeah, but if not, then I'd never do it because you have to promote what you're there for in any case. Yeah.
It's so fascinating. This is such a
I
fascinating
learned so
world.
much,
know.
especially
Me
the
too.
genetics of the palm. Thank you so much,
Thank you also.
Lupin.
Hey.
And
Bye,
thank you,
Lupin.
Will, for coming this morning. And thank you for my early Christmas present because Lupin is now retired, so you are now coming home with me. Say bye, Lupin.
And we have lost Mo to a potential lawsuit with regards to maybe a $25,000 US Pomeranian. All joking aside, William, thank you very much for
Thank you
joining
very
us,
much
Mr.
also.
Lupin.
Thank you, and
Thank you very much for
thank
being
you
here
for
as
allowing
well.
him to come out again. It seems like I won't be able to show him because he's even in the veterans class because he's kind of a little bit skittish. So at least
That's
guesting
okay.
here
He's
was a good
adorable.
gauge.
He's ready to
It's
nap.
adorable.
Yeah,
He's
he's
tired.
ready to take a rest as well. And so is Mo, apparently, as we take a
We're
look
gonna
at
go
that.
together.
Anyway, Gen Zs will literally dance to anything. Find out what their latest groove is, and maybe it will be yours too. That story and more when we return. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. The Philippines may have a strong online presence, but a new study reveals that a significant number of people still lack access to mobile internet, highlighting a digital divide that could impact economic and educational opportunities. Soo-Jin Kim has the details.
As of August 2023, more than 113 million SIM cards were registered by the government. However, the Philippines still ranks among the top 10 countries in the world in terms of usage gap. According to the group's Special Mobile Association, or GSMA, 55 million or over 45% of the population do not use mobile internet. This is due to the high cost of mobile phones and limited access caused by insufficient infrastructure.
Philippines is known for being quite cost conscious when it comes to users. The coverage gap is clearly a complex geography. The usage gap is also still high. Now that is not unique to the Philippines. Countries of similar GDPs or maturities and economies in that same sort of ballpark.
According to GSMA, improving mobile and digital infrastructure will enhance the economy and productivity.
About increase of 5% in mobile broadband is like a 1% boost on your GDP. So there's a direct link between getting people connected, because getting people connected allows them access to education, health, open business.
One of the benefits of mobile internet are digital wallets, which, according to the GSMA, is helpful for the unbanked.
E-wallets offers an opportunity for people who don't have a bank account to transact digitally. And that's obviously very important, because I think it's not that many years ago when we had COVID and we couldn't go out, do anything, and the only way that we could transact was digitally. So enabling people to have a wallet is very important.
The big push around mobile money was connecting or getting the unbanked banked. In actual fact, the research we've done shows that in places like the Philippines and Indonesia, there's still a lot of unbanked, but they have wallets.
Globe is one of the leaders in integrating e-wallets and other financial services into national programs to promote financial inclusion.
When we look at what our real purpose is, we said that we wanted to be the digital enabler for the Filipino nation and for the Filipino nations to address the common day-to-day issues that they have.
Recently, Globe CEO Ernest Chu was also appointed to the GSMA board. The GSMA board is 25 of the largest and most influential telecom operators in the world, including AT&T, Verizon, Vodafone, and Dutch Telecom. Soo-Jin Kim, BNC.
Well, sports fans and sneakerheads, a piece of NBA history may be yours in an upcoming auction next month. Take a look at this. Sotheby's is auctioning a pair of game-worn sneakers belonging to the GOAT himself, not LeBron, Michael Jordan, which starts December 2nd. What makes it special, you say? Well, MJ wore these sneakers during Games 4 and 5 of the 1993 NBA Finals against Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. Jordan logged in a career high of 55 points in Game 4 and 41 points in Game 5 to wrap up the Bulls' first three-peat. Now, reports say this legendary pair of sneakers is expected to sell by as much as $400,000. And a crossover between basketball and skateboarding. Viral street baller Grayson Boucher, or the Professor, just dropped a new collab with skateboarding GOAT Tony Hawk. Let's watch this. Well, the video has received over 1.3 million views on the Professor's IG page alone. In a pinned comment, the 56-year-old Tony Hawk wrote, "Is it considered traveling if my feet never left the board?" Actually, it might. I actually think it might be. But at the end of the day, because traveling means you get one place or the other without dribbling the ball. I think. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. Either way, good job, Tony Hawk. Good job, the Professor.
That was impressive.
It
Yeah,
was.
100%.
I like the music. I was so distracted while they were playing the video. I was dancing. But you guys will you guys will dance to this, not to Tony Hawk, but to this one, because here's what's ringing the bells for the generation who admittedly can't take anything seriously. TikTok dance, but to Christmas carols. Filipina dancer AC Bonifacio shared her own version of the trend, which garnered over over 120,000 likes on TikTok. Take a look. Many other users internationally are dancing to the deck the halls just in time for the jolly season. And if you are not talented in the singing department, here's your Christmas caroling pitch. You're welcome. Anne's already practicing behind the camera. Okay, not behind. Oh, she really went for it.
There. Done.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's entertainment for you. There you go.
There's so much dancing. So apart from Anne dancing, I don't know, I'm lost for words. Our camera guys, also our studio team, we found our Christmas party dance.
Yes,
so,
there you go.
And you will lead the way. Ayan na,
Exactly.
the
Okay, guys?
And found...
Paolo, you will have to dance with me. You will be my partner.
26 days ago, before Christmas, well, you see Anne dance all the time.
I can't believe she really got up and
bring
did
it up. 27 to 26. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Para sa mga sasayaw sa Christmas party, ayun, yung choreographer po ninyo, si Anne. Make sure you follow her on social media. It'll all be out there. And again, and Mo mentioned it, loss for words.
Yeah, I'm shocked. This is so unbelievable.
I know, right?
That is it for us this Friday.
But we talked about
Buti na lang weekend na. My gosh.
Oh, yeah. And mag-dance ka.
I
Dance
know.
over the
Thank
weekend.
goodness.
I'm Paolo
It's
del
Friday.
Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us this entire week.
And I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Always remember to celebrate each day and spread love and kindness wherever you go.
I'm Monique Tuzon. I will not dance for y'all. We hope you all had a great week, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Join us again on Monday at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a Beautiful Day.